Oh, there goes South Windberg coal mine, I guess. G'day everyone, T-Nick back here in Transport Tycoon, or OTTD, depending on what you want to call it. We'll just bugger that off. Did that boat just disappear into the... No, he just left the screen. That's okay. You join us on the island that we started connecting up to last time, or the time before, or the time before that, or the time before that, or the time before that, or the time before that. As you can see, we've got quite a decent network going, but there's still a few towns unconnected, so I'd like to sort of get about finishing off that aspect. Ship 4 is getting old. Okay, well, first we're going to address Ship 4's problems, because apparently the world stops for Ship 4. Is that the only ship we've got tootling back and forth? It is. What do? Oh, you're the wood ship. You're the wood ship lollipop. Yes, okay, so we need a new one of you. How are we going at this forest here? 72 tonne of wood, 65 transported. Okay, so we've got a bit of room to move there. And our shunter seems to be keeping his head above water quite easily. So if we put a higher capacity ship on, I don't think anyone's going to lose any sleep. There's a depot there. These are spare ships. They're probably getting on in years, so I'll just naff them off. Let's talk about bigger freighters. We've got the Castle Point steamer, which can't carry wood, so I'm sorry I clicked on that. I have instant regret. So this is currently the Little Cumbrae freighter, 140 tons. We could effectively double that. I mean, what's that? That'd be, what, 280. So even better than double that, 360. Or with the that one. Or we could get the Frisco Bay freighter with 810 tons capacity. So 360? I think 360 is fine. So we need to make sure you're fitted for wood. And we... Okay, no, we don't want to use the orders of one of those discarded boats. We'll send you off, and when you've finished your run, you can go for scraps. Goodbye. And there goes Stanshaw Springs Factory. We barely knew you. Look at this fella. That's a big boat. It sort of dwarfs the ferries finally, whereas before the ferries kind of dwarfed. Yeah, ferries arguably bigger than that one. So hopefully that sees a bit of an upsurge in the transport of lumber, or wood rather, across here. Because then we're producing goods and lumber. I think we're only taking the goods back over here, aren't we? Yeah, we're taking the goods back. And then that's a separate ship to get back for some reason. I can't remember why we set it up like that. It has been a little while. But they're both making very small profits. But, you know, profit's profit, so... why argue with that? But yeah, before we had to drop everything to deal with Ship 4's little tanty, we were going to extend some railway line over here on the island. So, well, obviously that's where that factory was, that I had no idea where it was until I found a gaping hole in the landscape. So we want to run a line from Brondgrove, I don't know what it's called, up through Stanshaw Springs. Yeah, that name does ring a bell. Little Ackberg Bay, Winstable Park, and then down the coast to Pressbridge. And then from Pressbridge, we probably also want to run a line direct to Lewishall, but I don't know if we'll get around to that. We'll probably just lose interest halfway and wander off and do something else. No, we want to keep signs on see-through mode, please. So this should be a fairly simple exercise. We'll just build a few platforms, connect up a train, and we'll be done inside of a tight 20. Like it's ever that simple. Now, we want passenger stations, please. Let's talk station buildings. That's a nice no-fuss one. Now, let's see if we can keep it on a straight line from the existing station. Because that'd be just super-duper, wouldn't it? And we'll put a footbridge in. There we go. People can get some exercise. And then it's just a matter of connecting that straight up, except, of course, the hill doesn't line up, so we'll just adjust that there. Now it lines up. Now it's good. Now I'm happy. Money not being an object. Oh, we got a couple of clay pits and a gravel mine here. Do we actually have a brickworks on this island? What are you? You're a granary, food processing, steel mill. Yeah, to be two. Oh, here we go. Hello, brickworks. Clay and gravel. Unfortunately, it's in a very bad position, but we might be able to get a freight siding in here that includes that as catchment. Let's just have a bit of a look-see. What if we... No, even if we connect it up to this station, it won't get in the catchment. So, we could be super cheeky. And you know what, Road Vehicle 55, rather, you can just not... I just don't have time for you. So if we put a truck stop in here, that accepts clay and gravel. Okay, well, we can't put a truck stop in there because Aberwell hates us. Yeah, they think we're appalling. Well, that puts paid to that idea, doesn't it? I was going to put a truck stop in here and then build a station here connected to the truck stop, but no, we didn't like that transport company. They knocked down too many trees. We're a whingy little town. The transport company's never going to plant trees and we're still going to hate them. See? Wow, let's just try bribing them. What the hell? We've got... How much did I say we had? 10 million? How much is a bribe going to cost? 1.5 million. Okay, not worth it. Never mind. Been playing too much Transport Fever. I got a blank checkbook. Well, we should probably deal with these, but I don't want to. I want to build stuff. So, you know, I am, because I am my own boss. At least in this game, anyway. So run me some track down there. Ship 4 is waiting in depot. Well, Ship 4 can just go away. Train 36 is getting old. Oh, we're going to have to replace all of these, aren't we? Yeah, I thought so. Exasperated sigh. We need to get across this river. Now, does Little Ackberg Bay deserve its own train station? It's kind of a tiny little town. I'm going to give it one, but that's because I'm in a giving mood. Now, if we're going to double track this from the get-go, how's that going to line up with the river? It's actually going to line up fine. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. In case you hadn't realised, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make it look pretty. Arguably, that's worse than what it was going to do if I didn't put that there. Let's try this instead. Yeah, that probably looks better. Sort of floodplain, I guess. We can justify it that way. We'll put a second bridge in there because, well, money is no object unless we need to bribe someone, in which case, I'm not paying that much. So we'll run this track back down here, connect up like that. We do have a couple of industries in the way, so what we'll do is we'll divert around them and then they'll close. And we'll be like, where's a weird kink in the track? Because, you know, I tend to forget things like that. Now, we need a station building up here. Let's go with this fancy looking red number. Little Ackberg Bay. It's not much of a bay, it's more of a point, really. In fact, why is there no lighthouse here? That's a sort of an accident waiting to happen, isn't it? I think so. Is that going to be too tight a corner? No, we can fill one in. Good. Phew. It's absolutely zero planning going on as usual here. It's just sort of, let's build some stuff and hope for the best. Let's put that in there. Let's drop a plant in there. And we need a nice little station building as well. Let's go with this funny looking number with the blue roof. Blue, grey? Blue, grey. With the roof that is a colour that we're not sure of. And connect that up like that. Yes, please. Good. It occurs to me I haven't actually connected this station up with the track we built across the river, so I should probably get about doing that as well. Otherwise, we're going to have some very confused trains. Oh, that does line up. Oh, well, there you go. Those industries aren't in the way in the slightest. So we thought to put a lighthouse there. A lot of ships coming into this little part and whacking into the land. Are they not you know, here, or here? No, just there. Okay, good for you. In fact, that's probably going to get in the way of our track. No, it most certainly definitely is. Most certainly definitely, yeah. That's English good today. Should we be putting signals down? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that's a thing we need to start doing. Now, I did look it up on Wikipedia. I think the first electric signal with a light, not electric with a semaphore arm, was invented around 1931, I want to say. So fairly soon, to remain historically accurate, because nothing we've done so far has been inaccurate, probably. We're gonna try and comply with that by switching to electric signals at that point, say 1931, or whenever I remember, whatever comes first. You know, it might be 1931, it might be 1958. We'll see how we go. So we are going over to Presbridge. Now, do we want to connect the station up so we can pop out the other end to use the depot, or do we actually have a depot down in Broley? No, not Broley City's over there. Brondgrove. We do have a depot down here, so that's fine. We don't actually have to connect up to this station proper. Speaking of connecting up, appalling. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to make things interesting. What if we put down tree of random type like that? I know we can't plant them in the water, but it's just a convenient place to get very poor! We have room for improvement! We can do this, we can save this, we can bring it back. I don't know how much this is costing us, but damn it, we're stuck on very poor. Okay, how about bribes? 1.5. I'm going to try 1. That should get us up to poor. Okay. Now I need to do one more because we're going to knock trees down to build our station. Bugger off ship 2. This is important. Mediocre. Okay, let's not push the friendship, because if we get caught, we get banned from talking to the town, and yeah, it gets really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a couple of non-track tiles in the form of buffer stops. I meant to say buffer stops. I was looking at the category. Now, how long are these stations we're building? They're 3 tiles long, so we don't need a very long station. So what I'm going to do is, because every time we knock a tree down, they're going to get less, endeared to us. So I'm just going to take platform, I'm going to put 2x3, and I'm just going to throw it down. And look, it's got a cute little shelter in the middle of it. And we're back to poor. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been, but we're just gonna leave that the way it is, and hope that when we knock down all these trees to build the track, we don't change our mind and need to do anything to do with the station, because the town is going to hate us until we can sort of remind them of our usefulness by transporting their stupid people to stupid destinations that they want to go. I don't really know. We got another river to try and get over here. That's convenient. Another well-placed lighthouse. These points here stick out more than that, but no, by all means, put it there. Do you even boat? We'll get rid of that track. That was too much track to get rid of. And we'll put up a bridge here. No, we'll put up a bridge across the river, not into the river. Into the river. Oh, there goes Pit Hat and Engineer's Yard, apparently. I don't know if you can really announce imminent closure if you've already closed. I think that's called, telling people we've gone out of business. But it's apparently what they've done. So now we have to divert around this lighthouse here, because we can't clear that. Can we put lighthouses down? I don't think so. Okay, we can. Can only be placed on flat land or as an inner corner of quays. What the hell's an inner corner? Okay, that is far less impressive than that, but, well, I'll leave it there. It fulfills more of a function than you do, you trollop. We'll go around this way. Yeah, we'll put a bit of a curve in here. I mean, we're going to have to start moving across to that track anyway, so it could be worse. It could be better if we didn't have a stupid lighthouse in the way, but let's not dwell on that. We've dwelled on that enough. We've said some things. We might later regret them in the defamation suit, but for now, things have been said, words have been exchanged, track has been built. Did I finish putting signals down? I did. Good. Okay, let's get rid of that extraneous bit of track. Bugger off. Oh, here come all the loss-making vehicles. I forgot about that. Now we are going to want to... Let's just spitball this. Is that going to end up in line? I think that lines up like that. Oh, swish! That was surprising. And we will connect up like that. Good. Now we're going to put signals down, and then we can run some trains. Oh, don't we like running trains? Yes. Yes, we do. So throw signals down there, and then woo! Look at that. It's a lot of signals, a lot of care and due diligence being adhered to when placing signals, as you can tell. We're just sort of like fiddly-dee, down they go, that's fine. Yep, good for us. We'll probably chuck another couple in on that section there. There we go. Good. Now, we have Presbridge connected up. We have whatever these towns are called connected up, and whatever that town is. We need to build some trains. Oh, good, I already put a junction in to come up to Lewishall. In fact, we could probably make the line run from Lewishall through Brondgrove City around to Presbridge that way to give them a direct connection, even if it is a slower route. I don't know. Actually, which is quicker? Would it be? This way is arguably longer. I guess we'll find out when we connect it up and see where everyone's going. Now, how does Lewishall feel about me? They don't feel one way or the other about me. That's good for them, because they're about to get a train station and a lot of trees knocked down as a consequence. So I'll put the station here. Now, what I'll do is I'll throw the station building down actually sort of next to the track here, because it'll increase our catchment towards the centre of town, and it also has the benefit of looking kind of cool. We'll just go with the same sort of station we built last time because, well, why not? It looks kind of cool. So with that done, we just have to connect up down the... I didn't even plan that. It just worked out like that. I wish I could take credit for that now. That is just swish. The only downside being this silly level crossing here and an apparent fetish for steel mills. But, that doesn't bother us. Those signals are around the wrong way. That's better. Yeah, so that worked ridiculously, surprisingly well. We'll run that down there, and then we'll put in a one-way signal on the junction like that, please. Good, so yeah, we can run the line from Lewishall direct to Presbridge via nameless towns. Oh, with the loss-making vehicles, would you just get over it? What are we looking at? What did we build on the other trains? We built the Mogul. How are they doing? They're actually making... Wow, that's 50 grand. You're making a good profit. How about you? Okay, so obviously we picked the high flyer there. But no, 40 to 50 grand, I'm not sniffing at that at all. That's pretty impressive. So Mogul it is. Tell me about your express mail carriage. Now tell me about your standard carriage. Tell me about one less standard carriage. Okay, tell me about one less express mail carriage, and let's see if we can find a shorter mail carriage. There we go, 3.0. That is 3 tiles of train. And as we've built a bunch of 3-tile stations, because that's what we built down there, what do we put on? Yeah, we put the siphon van on you as well. It does limit their top speed, but of course we're using a slower engine, so it doesn't really bother us. Not in the slightest. So we will connect up all these stations, please. Yeah, that one. Sure, that one, why not? Come up here and terminate there. It will get a bit confused if it ends up off route and its next stop is Presbridge, because it might end up trying to go around to the other set of platforms, but by and large I don't think it has a reason to go around to that part of the map, so it should be pretty alright with things. How many trains do we have on that route? 4. And arguably we should have more because that's serving the ferry from the mainland, so until we put an airport in somewhere and connect up with planes, this airport... No, not an airport, island. This island is limited to the outside world by just that ferry, although I'm thinking we'll get another couple of ferries going up here in the short term. So we'll go ahead and build, let's say, 6. Yeah, I can afford it. Why not? Now go forth, my friends, and form a conga line of trains that will just hemorrhage money. Because, well, you know, the first one will pick up all the passengers and the rest of them will be like, oh, I got no one to pick up, I'll just follow him as closely as possible. Oh, we got a bank here too. That's convenient. Now, Brondgrove, you are a city, so you're probably a good candidate for an airport because, well, putting a ferry in here would be completely pointless. And I think Presbridge was the other city, which is why we put the terminus there. It is. So do we want to have a ferry coming out of Presbridge? We'd have to put the dock all... Okay, sorry. On the subject of lighthouses, what the hell? Was this one going to get lonely, so you put one next to it? It's not even in a good lighthouse spot. That one is slightly better, but I'm still thinking ships are going to wang into the end of the point where our bridge is. And, you know, don't even think to put one on this. What would you call it? A spit of land? An isthmus? Isthmus? I can't pronounce things. That thing. Why would you not put a lighthouse on there? There, 2. Here, none. That's my rant out of the way. So we're sort of looking ferry. We're looking ferry. We're looking like a ferry. We're looking for a ferry. There you go. That's how we do that. We could arguably connect up Dondberg Bay over to Frendale. That would put a bit of a choke on this poor little branch line, though, so I'm not too keen on that. What planes do we have available? Okay, the Zeppelin, the airship, and the Farman Goliath. Aircraft type small aeroplane. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Range 96 tiles. 1, 2... No, I'm just kidding. I don't even think that could get across the water, to be perfectly honest with you. Dreadingstoke Freight Terminal now accepts passengers. Game, it's in the name. It's a freight terminal. It doesn't want passengers. Road vehicle... Oh, yeah, I forgot to deal with these trams. Do we even still need these trams? Oh, yeah, these are the actual trams that we need because they connect up... I can't even remember what. Oh, that's right. They connect up the city with this station, which is ridiculously busy. Holy hell. We're going to need a heck of a lot more trams because pretty much 90% of these people want to go here. And they're limited by these shitty trams. So, talk to me, tram depot. We don't have much better to offer. We can build this... Aha! Alpha passenger tram. I don't think it's called an aha. I think it's just an Alpha passenger tram. So let's talk 15. Yeah. Now, did we share the orders with... I can't remember. Now, if I send you to a depot... Oh, fudge. Okay, well, just sell them all. and start again. No, delete that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to copy the orders. We don't want to share the orders. Okay, good. Now let's try that again. To 15. So now if we send these clowns to a depot and tell them to stop so we can scrap them, I can then send all of these guys out. And that should be fine. Yeah, they don't want to go to a depot. That's good. Okay, good. Good. So all the shitty trams are now going to come into the depot and get sold. Well, we'll have to sell them. But all the new trams, which I think are exactly the same as the old trams, no, they're Stanleys. That's okay. Will now stomp forth and carry all of... No, that's an old tram. Where's a new tram? Show me something in a new tram. 16 passengers each. That's going to take a while. Train 36 is getting very old. What even is train 36 or train 37? Oh, you're in that little cute little line we built up through the mountains here. Oh, you guys are getting old. Oh, I kind of liked them. Oh, that's a shame. How many trains are there on this route? There's a lot of them, and only 2 of them are getting old. Right. Okay. So we need to replace them with something very similar, if not the same as what they are. So they are currently spinners with a top speed of 112. Can we still build spinners? I don't think so. We do have some spare carriages, though. That's good. Oh, we can build spinners. Okay, we probably shouldn't, though, because they were invented in 1871, and it's now 1920. So we'll have to find something suitable to replace them with. The Edwardian's probably overkill. So it looks like we're going with this, the Mogul again. It's becoming a bit of a staple, isn't it? We'll chuck a siphon van on there for a bit of mail action. Not mail action, but like letters. Letters. Mail action. Yes, it's not that kind of channel. And we need another one, but we'll have to buy him some new carriages. So we'll buy a siphon van, and we'll buy the standard carriage for him, because it's about time that people on this line got some new rolling stock, apparently. I have decided, because I am the decider. So you guys, you do start at Broly City, thank God. I really didn't think this through. Unfortunately, the Mogul is slightly slower than the spinner, so eventually everything will just catch up to these 2 trains that we've just built, and we'll end up with quite the conga line. Now we need you to not share orders, and we need you to not share orders. When the bloody hell did we didn't allocate you a depot, did we? Okay, well after Broly City, you're going to go to the depot and you're going to stop. And I'm pretty sure there are messages down the bottom that I should be paying attention to, but at the moment I'm more worried about these trains. So stop. Good. Okay, thank you. There goes a quarry. Cool. I'm pretty sure I saw something. Was it a ship was complaining? Was it you? Have we haven't replaced you yet. Do we need to? We do, because that is a lot of people waiting for the ferry. Okay, so not only do we need to replace you, we also need several. Okay, so the Castle Point steamer. No, that just looks like a freight ship. I don't want to put passengers on that. It's a fast packet steamer. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to go with the ferry again. Okay, good. The trams are starting to go. So we'll put you on his route, please. And we'll buy 3 of them, say. And now ship 2, stop sharing, go to the depot, and we will chop you up into little pieces of ship. And I hope I didn't close anything important. So there's only 2 in the depot at the moment, so we can leave them. I think that was all I needed to do. Did I see another old ship there? No, it was just 2. No one else? Oh, no, hang on, 6. Hello, 6. What are you doing? Oh, you're the goods ship. You're the goods ship, Lollipop. I'm pretty sure I already did that joke. Let's go with the Altamirtia freighter as well, please. Yeah, that thing. And you can just do what he's doing. You should be the goods ship. Yes, well, we just established that. It's 4 down. That's good. I think we had about 10 on that route. So you can go forth, and you, when you're done, you're not sharing orders, so you can just stop and get chopped up and turned into cans of cat food. Good. More trams going to the depot for scrapping. I'm pretty sure there used to be a farm here, you know, because there's no trees, well, except this bit here. Now, what were we going to do? We were trying to build a... No, wait, no, okay. Just go away, all of you. Now, got rid of that problem. Now, we were trying to find somewhere to put a ferry in over here, because how is this ferry doing? Significantly better than expected. 1581 passengers waiting for the boat. And they have a capacity of 100. So... yeah, we should probably probably do something about that. We'll get rid of these 6-wheel mail carriages, so never going to use them again. How about at the other end? Via Penhall. Okay, so no one's willing to catch the ferry over here. It's limited by the 176, but I guess that's limited on how many people the trains can bring in at a time too. And everyone wants to go south towards Penhall, which is obviously down here. So you should be running at capacity. You are. Good for you. Train 34 is getting very old and urgently needs replacing. Or we could urgently just chop it up. And gosh darn, look how many spare wagons we have down here. I can't remember what we're supposed to be doing with all this crap. That's a lot of carriages. Wow. Let's get rid of these freight trains because they're now completely all outdated. Well, there goes the factory. Okay. Yeah, so if we ever need passenger carriages, Stanbridge City Train Depot will hook us up. So that's a thing. Good. Okay. Well, Stanbridge. We just have way too many passengers going everywhere. That's a really impressive city too. Look at that. That's awesome. I'm really impressed. You guys have just expanded. In fact, we might even be able to join these two cities up to create some sort of super city, which is good because we already have this suburban line. In fact, with an eye towards those cities joining up, I will double track this line right now, just in case they do want to join up, so that we don't end up sort of scrambling to demolish a lot of houses. We should probably get rid of these trees so we can actually see what we're doing. That would be much better. So get rid of that signal, please. And we should have one at the other end as well. And let's talk just traditional autos. There we go. And we'll put a couple in here. Now, how are we going to connect these towns up? Well, we will build a bridge to get over the railway line. Show me a tied arch. Ooh, Floss 31. It does have better capacity than the trams we're using, but I don't think we need trams at the moment. Train 40 is now getting old. So many plates in the air, and here come the loss-making vehicles that I don't care about. So, if I was to do this, it's going to be expensive. 190 grand all up. It's not too bad. That actually lines up with the existing city grid because it likes to build, sort of 2x4, like that. So, hopefully by encouraging them to build down here with a road, we'll actually get a bit of town expanding along this stretch here because they don't have to build their own road. I don't know how far the cities will actually expand, although this one, his growth is very limited by our railway line, so it sort of forces him down into this section, which could work in our favour, arguably. So I might help him out by building him another bridge sort of over here. Yeah. And then running another road down like that's not going to line up with the grid. Okay, we'll run it down like this. And hopefully he will now expand sort of into this pocket here as well as down alongside our railway line here. And then, of course, we can throw in a couple more stations because, as you can see, once the town expands, double tracking is very difficult. That's probably going to be single track until the day I die. Or the day the game ends, whichever happens first. Hopefully the game ends first now that I think about it. Yeah, good. So what are we connecting up next? We have a lot of loss-making vehicles to argue with. Yeah, okay, good for you. Yeah, into boat. Yeah, don't care. I mean, the company's still turning a profit, so I really don't care how much money all these things lose, because we're just here to, build a lot of stuff and achieve a lot of things. And it's the passenger destinations patch that makes you lose money, because it's the way it calculates the route. The vehicles at the end always end up holding the bag because they're not delivering as fast as the rest of the ride was. So these guys here are probably all hemorrhaging money. Okay, well, they're not losing a lot of money, but yeah, they're definitely in the red, which will hurt our final score. Which is why I'll eventually just get rid of all the trams once the cities are big enough. So I mean, up here, once these towns expand up to cover the station, in fact they already have, I can just get rid of these trams altogether and just bugger them off. But yeah, we were talking ferries. So we're talking Donberg Bay over here, but of course that'll put too much pressure on that route. So we might just, I'm pretty sure you were getting scrapped anyway. We might hold off until we can get aircraft actually out of Presbridge, because we can probably build a pretty heckin' great big airport up here. In fact, we'll adjust the land for the airport now, so that way they can hate us, because they were going to hate us anyway. And then we can use that opportunity to plant some trees and then leave them alone for a while. And then when they decide they don't hate us anymore, we can build the airport. because if you have a look, we should be able to build. Yes, it won't let us build there, but it should, like if we did that, it should say flat land required. So it will let us build an airport there eventually, and then we'll have this cool interchange thing going on. We just have to get back on the town's good side, which what is it now, 1921, so I estimate that'll happen in 1973. Yeah. So what are we doing next? We should probably go address some of these old trains that we're getting pop up. Oh dear, there's some. What else? I swear we had more. No, that's it. We've got a couple in the depot. These guys are, yeah, we'll just scrap all these because, well, they're out of date now. They're just going to get old. And we've got the money to buy new wagons, so we don't even have to save the old ones. So which line are you guys on? You're on Windport. Oh, you're probably the intercity trains, aren't you? Well, boy, do we have replacements in mind for you. How many are there? Yeah, see, we're already replacing with them with the Edwardians, so we may as well do the other 5 here. Yeah, so actually, hang on. One of you is not on this list. 37, what are you? You're a completely different route altogether. And you're on your own too. Where do you go? You go from Broley City to Sunningdon, which is up here. Why are you not with all the other trains? Plesbrook Interchange. Then you go to Rondgrove Rivers, which is down here. Then you go to Strathaven, Linthaven, and why are you not paired up with other trains? That is so weird. You've got your own order set, whereas you should be with these guys. I don't understand what I've done there. I've somehow buggered it up. But okay, well, you can just, yeah, we'll just replace you, I guess. Oh, because I've already replaced you, that's why, because you're going back to the depot. You're just finishing your run. Don't mind me, I'm batshit crazy as usual. So it's just these 2 trains we need to address, and we should probably increase capacity on this line. We've already made a dent in the passengers with our many trams, and I mean many trams, look at them all. We got a lot of people waiting for Windberg Bay City, and a lot of people going to Malcolm Rivers City. Oh, that's that line down there. Well, that's a whole different kettle of fish. Do we have a depot up this end? We do. Good. I'll use that depot, even though both trains are now heading away from this depot. So we were building Edwardians for this one, and we were building 2. Actually, we shouldn't build them here because we've got a heap of spare carriages sitting around somewhere else that we need to use up. Where were they? They were at Stanbridge City, weren't they? Ship 6 is waiting in depot. Well, Ship 6 is now dead. Good. Yes, we've got a literal ton of spare carriages. So I'll get rid of these covered carriage trucks because I can't see us needing too many of them. But yeah, we can easily get how many lengths do we want to build this? These are intercity trains, aren't they? Feeningham City, Great Lesningham might be the limiting factor. How long did I build that station? I built it 5. Okay, we can go up to 5 station tiles long for these trains. So that should give us a decent length train at least. What's that? 3.2, 3.7. Let's get 4.7, 5.2. Okay, so that's one too many. But that is an impressive looking intercity train. And we've got a bit of a mix of the clerestory carriages, but I'm really, yeah, I like that. That looks good. That'll move a lot of people. So if you could share orders there, off you go. And I'll take another Edwardian. That's too many carriages. No, I don't want that many. Just go away. I would like 2 express mail carriages. We'll chuck them up by the engine because we don't want smoke getting into the passenger area. That would just upset everyone. 4.7, that is a good length. And you can just find your way. And the good thing about having an interconnected net, train 37 can just go away. Bye-bye. And we'll get rid of your mail carriages too. Good. And we've got spare carriages in Broley City as well. Yeah, so sorry, as I was saying, the good thing about having an interconnected network is we can build them at pretty much any depot we want and send them, oh my god, with the trams. We can send them on their way and then they will just go forth and figure out where they need to go. So these guys are trying to get to Feeningham City. Okay, he as I said, interconnected network, but he's trying to get sort of over here, I think. So he is going to go on a bit of a... Oh no, he's just going to turn around the depot and then he can come out and go down this way. Oh, good. There we go. That was easy. Yeah, I'm going to replace those trams in a minute. What are you? Are you one of the replacements? No, you need to be replaced. Okay. And you should be the other one that needs to be replaced. So you guys, stop sharing. Stop sharing. And we need to send you to your depots. Great Lesningham, stop. And Great Lesningham, stop. That was easy. Wow, that's a veritable nest of trams there, isn't it? So you know how I turned down the Floss 37 or whatever it was because I thought I don't need any more trams at the moment? I kind of did. Because I have to replace these, and that means I have to replace them with the Alpha. Or I could just leave them for a year. Yeah, let's just wait till they get older. Yeah, we'll deal with them then. We'll make that next year's problem. You know, this year we're going to go build some more stuff, aren't we? Let's see how this passenger train's bedding in. Badly. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, okay. As you can see, they're all conga lining, so you should be pretty much empty. You should be pretty much empty. Okay, the mail route is very popular. Letters. Why did I put the mail van on the back? I normally put it behind the bugger, who cares? Passengers on that route, I'm sure the window's closed, they can just deal. So that's the lead train and the convoy. That's why he's making all the money. So he is doing $6,000. Okay, so he's not even making much money. But of course, now we have more destinations on this island. It's also going to put more pressure on our poor little ferry here. Okay, well, poor little ferry going back then. Yeah, so we could definitely stand to put on another couple of ferries there. So let's talk another two. No, I don't want to refit you. I want to clone you. Yeah, let's talk another 2 ferries there. That should hopefully make a dent. I mean, they're pretty much running full. One of them is anyway. Back to the island. That one's not doing so good. And then we're dropping off plenty of people for the passenger trains. What do we need to turn our attention to now? We probably want to connect up a few more towns up here, because we're going to run this line all the way up to Brobridge, and then back around to Rayside and Nanbo, all these towns over here, and end up at Windberg Bay City again, won't we? Although that said, we have been going for a little while, so I might save that for another part. What we could do is we could connect this line out of Windberg Bay up to Pinshaw, Chunchurch, and try and get around in this direction. That might be something we can do to sort of wrap things up today. Also, didn't we have a butt ton of people over here waiting to go to Malcolm Rivers City? We kind of did, yeah, 374 people. So I might throw an extra train down on that line. Oh, that's cute. We got a little branch line trains. And of course, one of them is losing money. Good for you, champ. Good for you. Do we have any new sort of branch line things? We've got the Ginty. Are these guys Ginties? What are you? You're a Ginty. Okay, well, may as well just clone a couple of them. Oh, 6-wheel carriages. Yuck. No, yuck. No, get rid of the mail van as well. Yuck. It's all yuck. No, we're going proper suburban action here. Yeah. Nice, big, hefty carriages. Well, we should probably chuck a couple of mail vans on as well, just to keep the mail moving. Yeah, that'll do. Good, but they should have their orders already. So, yeah, no, all our passengers at these stations are showing up, watching their dinky little 6-wheel carriages pull in, and then look at this gleaming bastard coming in. Yeah, that's how we train now. We get big carriages. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. So, now, that's airports. Don't want to build an airport, or do we? Maybe we do want to build an airport, but not the way we're thinking. What are the way we're thinking? I don't know. Well, we were thinking to get it over to the island, but I'm thinking maybe we can trial aeroplanes on one of these islands, maybe Bodstow Island, so we can actually see the range of the aeroplane. And although that we'd really be just building it to Tillithwaite, wouldn't we? And we've already got the ferry. No, we'll put off planes for a little while. We'll connect up that train 27's getting old. That's our shunter. Oh, I like that train. That's an 042 tank. I thought it was that cute little industrial thing. Oh, well, don't really care then. So if you could cash in, please. Cha-ching. Now go to the depot. Good. And we've seen a vast oversupply in both wood and goods all of a sudden. I get the feeling I forgot to refit you to goods. Let's see if I can just be cheeky and get you to refit to goods without sending you back to the depot. So skip, go back. Are you going to refit with goods? You are! Well, I certainly screwed the pooch on that one, didn't I? Now, you have already tried to load with wood. Good for you. Yeah, so I thought you were a 040 industrial, but you're not. So I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to get the Ginty instead. And oh, we've actually got a new ship available that is not part of the new ship set, like this set here. This is from a different new ship set, the Austin and Pickersgill thing, which costs $500,000 as opposed to these guys, which cost, you know, 100 grand. So definitely not. That's the problem with using multiple new vehicle sets, is sometimes they don't balance. Oh, I accidentally sold the carriages. Oh, well, we're probably getting past the era of clerestory carriages anyway. We should probably start scrapping them. But yeah, I wanted to build a railway line up to Pinshaw to start with, from Windberg Bay City. Now, the way I've built this station here, the terminating trains will need to come into these sort of middle platforms here. So he can get to 1, 2, he can only get to 2 platforms to turn around. So I'm not sure if I want to have trains coming in and turning around here. I mean, I'd like to, but I don't know how practical that'd be. I don't know if we should just run them back out this way here, sort of as a U shape. Although, arguably, you'd put a line across directly there. So you're going... Oh, that's right. You're one of the ones I've already replaced. And finance window. So, yeah, what I think is we'll have this line here continue up and around and through here and then up this way. But we'll also have trains terminating from up this way, I guess. Because we set this station up. It's a marvellous station for the turning around of trains, but it's more designed with through trains in mind, especially when we've got these fellas turning around. So, yeah, how are we gonna... Why didn't you stop there? Where are you even going? You're trying to go to Stanbridge City. Well, where have you come from? You've come from Feeningham City Grand Central and you couldn't get to Stanbridge City. Yeah, why did we set that up? We really didn't think that through, because he can come all the way across here, but he can't actually get over to Stanbridge. So that's probably something we should address now. I don't know how we're going to get a connection from these middle tracks over to here, though. Yeah, so we blindly sort of set up a valuables route that our trains can't actually do. Okay, that's a thing that we've done and that we need to fix. And how are we going to do that? Bugger off road vehicle messages. I don't care. I'm just going to scrap you all. 462 Pacific is available too. Oh, I really want to build some of those, but instead I'm going to fix this thing I've buggered up. So if we want to get from Stanbridge City, the easiest way is to put a Y junction in here. But how are we going to get past these tracks here? That's the question. So we need to somehow thread in a bit more of a junction in here. Stop distracting me, I don't care. So the easiest thing to do would be to create a bit of space first. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of this signal here. And we'll just sort of build up a bit like that. And then we'll run this track down there. And then we'll quickly divert trains like that. Okay, so that should help in the short term. So I'll put a few signals down like that to ease the burden. And then we'll get rid of this track here. I mean, we'll probably end up relaying it, but not in its current form. So, you know, we'll just get rid of it for now. Arguably, I think I built this out too far, but, well, I'd rather have more room than less, because we now need to have a track that comes over these tracks and gets over here somewhere. So I don't know how we're going to do that. Do we tunnel? We can't tunnel because we don't have the room. Could we bridge? Is that an option? Could we sort of come out like this, go up a level, and then bridge across? No, but we could tunnel across. Okay, this is going to upset... Well, I didn't mean to build that. This is going to upset a lot of trains, and we're going to have to do it very quickly because of it. Okay, hopefully no one got lost in the time we did that. In fact, this looks ugly, and I'm going to fix it. I hope that worked. Now, what did I just do there? I don't even know, but I built a thing, and it definitely occurred. So I want to... Can I lower that? I can. I want to have this track come off here. I want it to come up here. And okay, that's gotten us part of the way across. We still need to cross over these tracks here. Or we could just have them run in parallel down and join up at the junction. That might be easier. In fact, let's just do that instead. So we now need to come down here. Now the other track needs to come off this one here, so that's going to be a bit more interesting. Okay, what are we doing? What are we trying to do? Should we have gone over the top instead of underneath? No, I think we can make this work. We can make this work. So let's put this track down here. We're turning this into more track than city at the moment, but it'll all work out. I'm sure it'll all work out. We'll bring this down here and connect this up neatly. So at least we can see what we're aiming for then. So I'll have you come off here, please, and just connect up like that, and have the other track come down here. And you can get across to all platforms. No. Okay. So we'll have to put another track in like that. You still can't get across to all platforms. Gosh darn it. What if we put in a set of junctions there? I don't think that's going to cause any problems. I really hope it doesn't, because I'm out of my depth now. Let's run this track across here. Now we need to connect up with this track here. That's not going to work. Why'd you build that? What are you even doing? What if? No, we can't. I was thinking, what if we lower this track here down another level? We can't because of this end. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's remove this road. I'm really glad the town hasn't expanded yet. And let's just divert this track over here to give us a bit more breathing room. So we'll get rid of these signals. This is certainly not how I intended to finish up the episode today, but I really need to fix this valuables train. Or I could just scrap the valuables train and just be done with it, but it's more fun fixing things after you've broken them. You know, get the super glue out and just sort of hope that you can put it back together before Mum comes home and finds out you're playing ball in the house when she told you not to several times already, and she trusted you not to play ball in the house. Who am I kidding? I don't play ball. We'll put the signals back there. Good, so that's given us a bit of breathing room on this end. Why did I do that? What are you thinking? Where did you want to actually build track to? I sort of need to get this track out of the way. That's the problem there, is that track is definitely in the way. So I'm thinking we go down further. How do we go down further? Well, we start by stopping this train because he's just going to get in the way. So we remove this. No, bear with me. We remove all of this, and we somehow find a way to get underneath. Okay, hang on. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, that's good. That's good. If we get rid of this tunnel, what's that going to do for us? Nothing. Because we'd have to divert the train around. So, what if we moved that tunnel like that? Okay. Then we got rid of this tunnel, and we got rid of this track here. Okay. And then we come down like this, and we connect back up to that tunnel again. So that line is now happy. And then we bring this line down, and then we extend the tunneling sort of area out a bit. So we sort of put it up like that. That's probably too much. And then we get rid of that a bit. What are we doing? What are we thinking? We're thinking tunnels here. I really need to connect this track up before someone loses their mind. That's fine. And no, you need to move the junction back. You need to move the junction back there. That's more fine. That's good. Okay, so I see what we're doing now. We are now coming up the top like this. We're now coming across here. And we're now connecting up like that. Now, the only thing we have left to do is to rebuild this track here for the local trains. And that looks perfectly natural, and I'm sure that's a thing that exists in real life, but we've now connected everything. I think some would describe it as an eyesore, but I'm going to go with engineering marvel. I would be wrong, but I'm going to go with engineering marvel. Definitely a thing that has been built. I'm not even sure it's going to work, but it exists, and it's in existence. Words escape me at the moment because I have no idea what I've just done. I've taken a very pretty railway network and made it very, very ugly. And were those the trams I was waiting a year to replace? They probably are. We should probably attend to that. Because it'll also be a very good distraction for the calamity I just built over here. I'll probably come and redress this and rebuild it after a bit more thought, because it's kind of half-assed at the moment, isn't it? That might be something I do off camera, and I'll just take it apart and sit here and stare at it for half an hour and try and thread it through again. But for now, no trains seem to be complaining. We've got no messages saying train north. So I'm calling it a win. Probably shouldn't, but I am. I'm calling it a win. Now, we wanted to build the Floss passenger tram over here, please. I don't know how many trams we've got on this route, but we should probably get a lot. I didn't mean to share. I'm not a sharing person. Let's just go with 10. I'm sure 10 is a number that exists. And you guys will all go, you don't have a depot allocated to you, so you can just all come back to the depot here and stop, if you could be so kind. Now, hopefully these new trams are, well, they've all managed to just jam up, haven't they? It's just, today is not my day. I sent in the trams, and they've all immediately jammed up with the old trams. They are significantly taller, though. Wow, I don't even know if they're drawn to the same scale. Like, if that's the height of a person, what the bloody hell is this monstrosity? I'm sure it's fine. We'll just, higher capacity trams, important because trams. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. So, that was not how I intended to finish up today. I'm going to go back and stare at it again because it's doing my head in. It's functional. I just don't like it. I want to rebuild it. So I will probably rebuild it and then sort of start the next episode with, look what I did. I rebuilt this off camera because I can't keep talking and building complicated junctions. And, well, I can't even build a coherent train that wants to go between point A and point B because it has to go up via point C first, up here, to turn around because I'm a plonker who can't build a proper train line. But it's a functional junction, a function, if you could call it. That's actually a word. That's not a made-up word. Function is actually a word. So talking is fun. But yeah, so ideally we need to connect this up to these suburban tracks. So where do they go? They go the suburban tracks over here. Yeah, so even if I redress things and bring them in on this side, and no, but that's the through tracks. No, they're not. They're the terminating tracks. Okay, now I really want to rebuild this thing completely. There's too many trains in the way. That's the problem. Because what I'm thinking is instead of having parallel tracks in and out, we just have them in, out. And that would make things easier as long as we don't need to access these through tracks. But I think the intercity trains do. I've built too many trains. Where do you want to go after Broly City? You go to Stanbridge City. Good. That's what I want you to do. It's more depot access I think I'm worried about. Yeah, look, leave it with me. That is something I will address probably sooner rather than later, because even though it's working, it's not pretty, and I'm all about pretty. I want things to look nice, and that just doesn't look nice. But look, it's functional. I mean, we've probably got an opportunity to run some trains direct from Stanbridge City over to Feening Bay. In fact, that's how we'll finish. We'll finish on a positive note, because positivity is positive. I'm positive we need positivity. And I didn't accept the Pacific. So I'm just going to fast forward until we get the Pacific, and then we're going to build a gleaming new thing, and I'm going to get rid of all these spare carriages because they're not going to work with the Pacific. So yeah, I'll see you when the Pacific is invented. Go! Right, well, I just had the Pacific pop up in the menu here, so we are going to build a new train from Stanbridge City direct to Feeningham Bay City or Feeningham City, or I just want to build a train because the Pacific is freaking cool. And, it's a good opportunity to build a new intercity train using that new junction that we've built. And we definitely need, 160 capacity? Yeah. So we need, let's say, 3 mail carriages and lots of standard carriages. That's too many. Let's just get rid of the mail carriage. There we go. Good. Now, we want you to go from Stanbridge City. That can be your depot. Now, you will use the new tracks. Hopefully, you can get back to the new tracks from all platforms as well. Now, it'll figure itself out. It can't be any worse than this. Now, do we want to stop you at Pleasbrook Interchange? 1, 2, 3. Yes, we can stop you at Pleasbrook Interchange so people can, interchange. Yeah, that makes sense. Do we need to stop you at Trundon? No, and in fact, I've built trains that are too long for Trundon, so I've done well there. That's probably something we should address, unless you don't stop there. Did you stop at Trundon? No, you didn't. Okay, well, that doesn't matter that you're too long because you didn't actually stop to pick up or set down passengers. Problem solved. But yeah, let's shoehorn some more trains onto this already busy route into Feeningham City Grand Central. No, you've already got a depot, so we don't have to worry about that. Back to Great Lesningham, and then back to Pleasbrook Interchange, please. And let's say we want 4 of them. 221 grand a pop, not cheap. Go forth, my trains, and provide a positive ending to this rather mixed feeling episode. And in fact, the train I just built isn't the first one out of the depot, so we'll follow you for a bit. Yeah, you guys are all you're all done. We're done with you. You can go away. Yes, you have picked up no one, because no one knows there's a direct route from Stanbridge City over to Feeningham, wherever. Just cut your losses now and just end the episode. But end the episode while watching your gleaming new Pacifics roll out. Look at that. That's an impressive piece of train carrying absolutely 0 people. And so's that one. And I'm sure that one will too. Meanwhile, the old train that goes to Broley City is completely at capacity with its old clackety carriages and shitty Edwardian engine. Pfft, we got no time for you, 440 Edwardian. We've got the 462 Pacific. Yeah, I couldn't remember the wheel arrangement of that one. And who could blame me? That's a lot of loss-making trams. But yes, as our new Pacifics grace the rails, and you'd better go onto the right track. You are good. You knew to cross over. You're a smart cookie. Yes, as our new Pacifics roll out of... I've even forgotten the name of this city already. My brain is just mush. We will end things here. Yeah, a bit of a mixed episode. I think we've accomplished some things we needed to accomplish, and we catastrophized some things we probably didn't need to catastrophize. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've been T-Nick. This has been OpenTTD. I look forward to seeing you all back here again next week when we probably fix this god-awful junction over here. It's already ruined because this poor train is now jammed up waiting for a train to come out of the tunnel. Yeah, okay. We definitely need to do something over here. Oh, I see. Because you've got a shitty signal. Well, let's fix that problem. But yes, I've been T-Nick. This has been OpenTTD, otherwise known as Transport Tycoon Deluxe. Thanks for your company, and I'll see you all back here again next week. Later days.